Hi friends, welcome to this video. Today we're going to be trying new makeup and I'm quite excited because I think that I found the best neutral eyeshadow palette for this summer. I'm going to show you now, but first of all, let's start with this new skin tint from Lancome. I was really excited to try this one, and this is the Tree Serum Super Tint. Lancome usually make exceptionally good concealers, foundations, so I was very excited to try this one. We're trying it for the first time together. Then I have the new Prada highlighter. I already reviewed those highlighters and I have fallen in love. This is a very extraordinary formula, but I'm going to share with you as we go along. And then the eyeshadow palette. I have fallen in love with this one instantly. Initially, I had the intention to go ahead and buy one of the new YSL eyeshadow palettes, and I was aiming at Unexplored Garden. And as beautiful as it looks, it's definitely not going to be the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to wear a lot. I know that I would probably wear it for like a few times, but I wouldn't really make the most of this eyeshadow palette. But as I was at the YSL counter, this one caught my attention and I don't know how I missed it. And this is 710 Over Brune, and it's the most beautiful bronzy eyeshadow palette. This one has a beautiful formula. I'm very familiar with the YSL eyeshadow palettes. I believe that I have 6 of them from their first formula, and I really love them. I have to say that it's one of my favorite formula. I couldn't really want a better formula, but this one is out of this world gorgeous. I just swatched it and I'm excited to show you swatches, but we're going to see now how it's going to look on my eyes as well. And then I have a new Chanel lip gloss that I'm going to show you. And let's go ahead and get started. Okay, now that my hair is out of the way, we can go ahead and try this one. This is the new Skin Idol Tree Serum Super Tint. And it's a fresh glow tinted serum, lightweight buildable coverage. And what impressed me here is actually that it contains 2% niacinamide, 1% hyaluronic acid, and vitamin E. And these ingredients really caught my attention and I really wanted to try it. So I purchased this one online, so I was not able to see the colors. They didn't have them in store, and I decided to purchase 12 neutral. I'm always having troubles choosing the right shade foundation with Lancome's products. I think that this is going to be too light for me, but we're going to see. So I'm going to go ahead and shake it. This is what the bottle looks like. It's quite small, travel friendly. It is plastic, but it's really cute. And oops. And you have to be careful when you open it actually, because some product might pop out. So this is how it comes. And I want to show you. Now keep in mind that my arms are always going to be more tanned than my face, because even though I apply sunscreen, they're just exposed. So this is 12 neutral, which looks incredibly pale on my arm here, but I think on my face for now it's going to be kind of okay. But I'm going to swatch actually Chanel's My Perfect foundation shade, which is Chanel B10. Okay friends, just a quick comparison. This is Chanel B10, which is my perfect foundation shade. So this is Chanel B10 and this is Lancome 12 neutral. I'm actually going to show you here. It's not very thin, but it definitely has like a serum-like consistency. And since I'm going to be applying for the first time, I'm actually going to see if we can apply this with fingers. But I think that a brush is going to do a better job right away. Okay, so let's see. I think that it's definitely not blurring on my skin. I am going to try with a damp sponge on the other side because I'm not getting a blurring effect, the blurring effect that I want. But this is like just a skin tint. I think that the best way for me to apply this product is going to be with a sponge, because I can really press the product into my skin. Somehow a brush, I think, it's not going to do the best job. It's definitely not going to cover my spots that I have here. I have a couple of breakouts and it's definitely not covering that. Going to apply a little bit more and Okay, friends, so this is what it looks like, and I have to say that it's definitely, it doesn't blur pores or imperfections. It is very lightweight. It's a skin tint, exactly what they say it is. I think that it's not going to be my favorite product for the summer months just because it does give a wet finish on the skin. So for some people who have dry skin, I suppose that this is going to be good. It's definitely not transfer proof because when I touch my skin, it is slightly tacky. So and if I make just like this, it's going to move around. So we're going to patch this actually because I removed some of the foundation of the skin tint. So overall, this feels like nothing on the skin. I really like that it has actual skincare benefits and 2% niacinamide, 1% hyaluronic acid. This is good. And vitamin E also, this is really good. But it's definitely going to be very, very lightweight. So if you like this kind of a no makeup look, and if you do not need blurring. So I definitely can say that it doesn't really blur anything. So if you have texture on the skin, this is a product that is not going to blur anything, but it's more like a no makeup kind of look. If you're already happy with the skin that you have and you want something just a little bit of enhancement. So I'm definitely going to need concealer, and I'm going to be using my favorite Guerlain Illuminating Concealer. I'm going to take it with Sisley brush. And I'm going to try as little as possible concealer because we want to try the skin tint and I don't want to mess up with the results of the skin tint. We still want to see how the skin tint is going to look, but I need a little bit of help here under the eyes. And I'm going to blend. Okay, friends, this is what it looks like with a little bit of concealer just under my eyes because I need it. I didn't apply the skin tint under my eyes because they're quite sensitive, and this, I take it almost like a 2-in-1, almost it's like a skincare and makeup 2-in-1. I would say that it's, so far I like it. This is the very fast application. I'm just going to fill in my brows. And I wanted to show you, it did not emphasize pores or any kind of imperfections, but it did not blur them as well. So this is going to be your absolutely natural looking, no makeup look. I definitely need to set this with powder, and I'm going to be using my Guerlain loose powder. This one is my favorite because it really helps to make everything a little bit more perfect. And maybe I'll go back with some concealer for this breakout here. Just a small amount of my trusted and beloved Westman Atelier concealer, which I use for cases like this when I want to cover something. Or severe dark circles, or if I didn't sleep well, this is the one that helps a lot. Next, we're moving on to a favorite, and this is the new Prada highlighters. I am going to be using the shade Pink because this is the one that currently matches my skin tone. I think I have something. This is the one that currently matches my skin tone best. These highlighters are quite unique in texture. If you're interested, go ahead and watch my full review, but this is like the first highlighter and one of the very few highlighters that actually doesn't have glittery particles. If not actually currently, I think it might be the only highlighter in my collection that doesn't have any shimmery particles. Like, it doesn't have any kind of glittery particles. It's pure satin gorgeousness, and I have been loving this one. Go ahead and watch my full review because these highlighters are quite unique. If you're interested, watch my full review. I have been using them every single day, and I love that I can customize the glow here. I can use just a little bit, or if I build it up, it almost looks like an illuminating blush. I'm actually thinking, I have champagne and pink, and I'm actually thinking to buy deep as well because it's so beautiful that I think that I'm going to be able, in the summer, I think that I'm going to be able to get away and use the deep shade as an illuminating bronzer. I think it's going to be very interesting on my skin. But for now, this is how much I'm going to apply. And I have been using this for the past few days. Probably it's been a week since I've had this Prada highlighters, actually a little more than a week. And today, as I was passing by a mirror, I just saw myself and I said, wow, like my skin looks so expensive. Like expensive, I mean cared for, so beautiful, so ethereal. It's almost like I have some kind of Hollywood lights on my face. It just looks ethereal, stunning, because it doesn't look like a highlighter, especially if I apply just a little bit. It just is gorgeous. Now, I didn't want to be too excited when I was fast filming my review of the Prada highlighters, because back then I haven't had the chance to actually try them out outside at work, and it's very different when you try makeup here on camera in front of the studio lights. Like most of the times we do it, content creators, we are going to sit down in front of studio lights or even in front of the window. You know, it's a very flattering light here at home. But once you go to work, you are going to be in all different kinds of situations. Sometimes the day is going to be really intense. Sometimes you're going to have a lot of stress, and that's when you actually can test makeup. And I've tested it for a week. And I have fallen in love. The way my skin looks, it just brings it to another level. So I really love these highlighters from Prada. And we're moving on to, I'm not sure what blush I'm going to use, because first of all, I want to try this beautiful eyeshadow palette. I don't know how I missed it. The formula here is absolutely stunning. So we have one special shade, and this one has a lot of pigmentation. It's so smooth, silky, gorgeous. I couldn't believe that they created such a beautiful formula, and I missed it. And then here we have a matte brown color, which again, very soft, incredibly, I would say velvety matte color. Then here we have another satin shade, not as shimmery as this one. This one is a special shade that has a lot of different colors. It's really pretty. So here this color is just your typical bronze shade. It's very, very creamy, super pigmented, incredibly beautiful. I was blown away by this formulation by YSL. I should definitely check out also the other palettes, but this one just was the most beautiful one. And then the last shade is going to be a rich brown color. I think that this is the eyeshadow palette that is going to suit all different skin tones, if you like the colors, of course. But for me, this is stunning, absolutely stunning. They are so creamy, buttery, soft. There is not a single color that I dislike. Okay. You can just go ahead and see, just with one swipe, I'm getting such a gorgeous color payoff. I've already primed my eyes with the Guerlain concealer. I applied a little bit, but if you have oily eyelids, make sure to use a dedicated eye primer. And then I'm going to apply just a small amount of loose powder, the same loose powder from Guerlain, because this eyeshadow palette is so creamy, pigmented, and when I apply a little bit of loose powder on top of the concealer, it's going to help to actually blend the colors more effortlessly and better, and especially because I have fair skin tone and I prefer not to skip this step. I'm starting with the matte brown color. And I can get the color immediately. I'm making sure to take it fast on the back of my hand, and I'm going to apply this one in my crease. But I want to focus the color on the outer part of my crease. Moving on to the bronzy shade, and I'm going all over my mobile eyelid with this color. I can even use one of these three colors as one and done if I want to. I think that this is probably going to be my most used eyeshadow palette for this summer. And then I'm taking the deepest shade here, just a small amount, and I want to place it on the outer part of my crease and close to the lash line just to intensify the look here lightly. Then I'm going to add this beautiful light color. This is like a light reflective color. It's a special shade that is going to create space. It's especially useful if you have hooded eyes as well, because this is going to create more space of the eye. Okay friends, I just want to show you the difference that this color makes. So on this eye I have this illuminating color, and on this eye I don't have the illuminating color. So I think that if you have hooded eyes, this kind of shade is going to be very useful for anyone. I did not blend that well, but this is like literally like a minute makeup look. So easy to use. And now I'm going to apply a little bit of my favorite Prada eyeliner. I am going to trace my upper lash line just close to the roots of the lashes. And I definitely prefer this side because I feel like it brings more light to my eyes. So I'm going to add this shade here on top. It also catches the light beautifully. I am going to try and share with you some footage in the sunlight, in direct sunlight, because it's so gorgeous. Now that my lashes have been curled, I'm going to get the deepest shade and enhance just a little bit my crease. This is something that I always like to do because the lashes show you exactly where the crease color should be. They can serve more or less as a guideline, and then I'm just going to blend. And then I'm just going to blend with a clean brush. Maybe also use the deepest shade on an eyeliner brush and smudge my eyeliner on the upper lash line, and we're moving on to mascara. For mascara, I'm going to be using the new Dior Over Volume mascara. I'm still testing this one, testing a lot of the new mascaras actually, and I really like this one so far. Gives a good amount of volume and separates the lashes quite well. If you want to see this mascara next to the new Prada mascara, I have a video where I tried them side by side so that you can see what the difference is. So this is with the mascara on, and I just realized that I forgot to apply brow gel, but I'm going to apply a little bit later because it is far away now. But this is what we have for now, and it's time to try the new gloss. It's not new actually, it's one of the lip glosses that I keep repurchasing from Chanel. This is the Rouge Coco gloss in number 106, and I believe that this was called Amarena. I'm going to make sure to write it in the description, but it's 106 because here it only says the number, it doesn't says the color. I just want to show you how beautiful this is. I know that not many people know about these glosses, but this one is so sparkly. It has little glittery particles that you cannot feel them on the lips. They are not something that you can feel. But these kind of lip products have been very popular lately, and Chanel have been doing them for ages. And this lip gloss, I think that Chanel's lip glosses are the most underrated product because they are not tingly and they actually have the power to repair the lips. Let me show you actually how it looks right here. I'm not sure if this color is going to look beautiful with this look, but we're going to see. I just want to show you how it looks on my lips. So this is what it looks like alone, and you can always pair it with a lipstick. It looks beautiful also applied on top of a red lipstick or on top of a fuchsia lipstick. It somehow adds this je ne sais quoi. It's very, very beautiful, but also on its own, it's very beautiful. I would definitely recommend this product to people who have sensitive lips. And also if you have thin lips, again, it creates the illusion of fuller lips. I am so in love with the Prada Glow that I don't even want to mess up, and I don't even want to apply any blush. But I have new blushes which I want to show you. So I recently purchased two of the new Luminous Silk Cheek Tint Shines from Giorgio Armani, and I have the color 50S, and then the other one is 53S. And in my previous video, I actually showed you swatches of these two. They do not contain actual glitter. I think I'm going to try this one. This is the peachy one, and I'm just going to make a few dots. And I might actually use a beauty blender. You know what? I might actually use the beauty blender just because I don't want to move the foundation, and I have a feeling that if I use a brush or fingers and I swipe, I am going to move the skin tint from Lancome. It's definitely this kind of product that can be easily moved. So this is what it looks like. And what we are trying makeup, I'm just going to show you how the pink one looks on the other cheek as well, just so that you know. In case you're wondering, I really love them. I think that they're not glittery at all. They are also office friendly. They look beautiful. They look stunning. Just add this kind of a youthful, fresh glow to the skin. And they double as a blush and a highlighter, so I really like them. So this is the pink side and this is the peachy side. I don't remember the names. It's very unfortunate that they actually don't write the names here on the back. They only write the numbers, but let me know what you think. Which side do you prefer? And this actually looks very natural in real life and very beautiful because they don't contain glittery particles. I have been loving them. Okay friends, I just started to look at my Chanel lipstick collection. I have like literally 2 drawers of Chanel lipsticks, and I decided to use this one and show you this one because I'm not sure if I ever shown this color, but it's one of my favorites from Chanel. And this is the Rouge Allure Velvet in 46 Magnétique, and it's a beautiful fuchsia color, but it leans more red, which makes it super fresh. And I just started to apply this. This one is actually quite intense, but I make it a little bit more sheer. I always like to, for this color, I always like to make it a little bit more sheer, pat it into my lips, so that it looks more natural on my lips. And I want to show you also how the gloss would look like. Now, normally I would just keep my lips like this, because I think that for now it looks quite nice and pretty. But I want to show you how the gloss is going to look on the lipstick. So let's try that. Okay, I guess you can see now that my lips immediately, optically, they look a little bit fuller. I'm not sure if the camera is going to show this correctly, but always when I apply this lip gloss on top of a lipstick, it somehow always brings the lips, okay, let's say it makes the lips a little bit more like 3D. Okay friends, I think this is going to be the finished look, and I know that a lot of people are probably going to say that I look quite pale, but I like it just like that. I don't want to apply more product because I love when my skin looks quite glossy, and the product highlighters are for me a 10 out of 10 makeup product. I have been enjoying them a lot. Watch my full review if you're interested. About the Lancome skin tint, I think that if you enjoy skin tints and if you're a person who likes no makeup looks, go ahead and try it. I think it's a good product. Of course, you have to keep in mind and you have to set the right expectations. This is just a skin tint. It's not going to blur pores, imperfections, and it's not going to enhance texture on the skin. So if you have texture, dilated pores, it's not going to fix that. It's not going to enhance that. It's just your regular skin tint that feels a little bit tacky if you don't set it with powder. And also for the summer months, I would say that it's mostly suitable for people who have normal skin, normal to dry skin, dehydrated skin. If you're oily, you might find that this one is going to be a little bit unpleasant in the summer months unless you set it well with powder. But then what's the point of actually applying a good amount of powder and using this kind of a glowy product? It doesn't make sense to me. So I really like it. I think it's a pleasant product and I'm definitely going to enjoy using it. About the eyeshadow palette, I'm in love. I think that this is my new favorite neutral eyeshadow palette, YSL Over Brune. I absolutely love it. And I know I'm going to be using it a lot. I don't know how I missed this beautiful formula. I'm also quite happy that I repurchased this gloss from Chanel. I know I'm going to be using it a lot in the summer months. And I think that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for spending time with me. And if you still haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. I would love to welcome you to our community. And if you are a regular viewer, thank you so much for spending time with me. I truly appreciate your time and support over the years. And until next time, bye.